Hey, before we dive into today's episode, we want to tell you about something we created just for you.
It's called The Beginning. It's a mini audio course, and that's exactly what it sounds like. Not a finish line, not a transformation overnight, just a starting point.
Because here's the thing, you don't have a motivation problem, you have a nervous system problem. And that's what this course actually addresses.
It walks you through awareness, emotions, nervous system regulation, boundaries, trust, the real foundations, the stuff that has to come first before anything else can stick.
It's the 1% shift. You go from a zero to a one, and from a one, everything else becomes possible.
You don't need to be ready. You don't need to have it together. You just need to be willing to take one small step back to yourself.
The link is in the show notes. Go check out the beginning.
We're waiting for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. So Denise and I were just chatting because, this is what we do, guys. Our podcast is real, it's raw, and sometimes we're like, what are we talking about? What do people need to hear this week? And honestly, I just felt like we need to talk about overdoing it, like on all fronts, right? In the health space, it's like I saw a funny Instagram reel. I don't know if I sent it to you, Denise, where a girl was like on a vibration plate with her castor oil pack on, with her red light LED face mask. And it was like a joke, but at the same time, I'm like, this is what we resort to. Like, we're all trying to heal on so many different levels and doing so many things that it's like, how much is too much?
No, you haven't sent it to me. You sent me the
Okay,
other
I
one.
gotta find that one.
We're not talking about that one. But anyway, no, you haven't, but I totally believe you. Like we overdo it on all fronts, like you said. And not just the healing space. Like think of the fillers and the Botox, right?
Oh
It's
my God.
not just like the eyebrow lift and it's the lips and the nose and the cheeks and the butt and the whatever. So I feel that we're just overdoing it on everything, even in sports. Because
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure how involved your son is in sports, but my daughter is, and my kids, my son was too, and everything is just overdoing it. And don't you think we are doing that because also there's just so much information out there, and we feel like we're missing out if we don't follow this trend and that trend, and oh my goodness, maybe something is wrong with me if I don't do this or do that. What do you think?
I think that's an aspect. And I think it depends on the person and where they're at in their journey because I can say I have clients who will do all the things. Oh, a newest supplement. I saw this ad on Facebook and so I'm going to try it. And oh, somebody told me about this and I'm going to try it because they're coming from a place of desperation. Like it's not like, oh, I might miss out, but it might be that one thing might help me feel better. So I'm just going to keep trying and trying and trying. But at some point, I'm like, but now you're overwhelming your body, your nervous system. You're just reinforcing the belief that like I'm broken and I need healing. You know what I mean? And like the sports, my kiddo's not there, but I can tell you there's kids in the neighborhood who were outside practicing for basketball all day, and these are young kids. And I'm being told, like, no, that's because scouting happens earlier and earlier. I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're just overdoing it on so many different things.
We are, and that's why we go back to, because remember we kind of tie it into our previous episodes where we are overdoing it and we are pursuing the next thing, thinking that thing is going to be it, forgetting that it starts with you, right? And it's not, sure, sometimes the supplements are great, but a lot of them are not.
Yeah.
Like doing a lot is not, and it goes back to the simplicity of it, and just I don't know. Like sometimes I feel overwhelmed just because by looking, and I said it in the previous episode where like I try like you to take a break from social media. I was inspired by you as well because it's just also the good things are also overwhelming.
It's
And
like
I'm like, wait a
information
minute, why am I not
overload.
doing this? Why am I not doing the fascia release? You know what I mean? Like there was a big thing right now about like somebody like the tightness in the jaw, and which I agree. Yes, we hold emotions in our tissues and etc. I get it. And then again, it's like, okay, wait a minute. How do I get to that? How do I get to this? And sometimes I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go for a walk.
Yeah, 'cause it's a lot.
It
I
is.
think this is where it goes back to looking within again of like, why am I doing all these things? Like learning how to be your own coach. Why do I feel the need to do all these? Is it out of desperation? Is it because I don't feel good enough? Is it because whatever it might be? And it's having that conversation with yourself.
Right. And don't you think it could be tied in back to fear?
100%.
And the lack of like exactly I'm not good enough, there's fear involved, there is uncertainty, and there's outsourcing that power to the thing, whatever it is. It could be, and again, we're talking about like the good things, the other modalities, the other tools, etc. But ultimately you have all of the answers. You just need to, like you said, talk to yourself and listen.
Hmm.
And you can only listen when you're still and when you are not overwhelming yourself.
And that's the problem. People get in a spiral. It's like, let me do all these things, but you don't stop or pause long enough to say, why am I doing all these things? Why do I feel broken? Why do I have fear? Why do I X, Y, Z? And instead, it's, oh, okay, I took a moment and I thought about that. Yeah, right. I need to step back. And then, oh, wait, I just saw this next thing on Instagram. Let me try that. And so told me about this, so I need to do that. And we do, I'm also going to say that we're a society that doesn't know how to slow down. I see you shaking your head.
I mean, we don't, because look at what we have. I mean, Amazon Prime, you can get it in sometimes in like 3 hours.
I know.
The other day I ordered, and I mean, I needed it in the next few hours because it was ink that I needed for the printer. Like, I'm
No,
not,
but I needed it.
I'm thankful. But now you're not even getting it overnight. You're getting it within a few hours. They're delivering it at your door at 4 a.m.
Hmm.
So, and then Target and everything is just so fast that even like we're not even giving a chance for the body and for the mind to catch up.
Yeah. And
And
that,
I don't think we're meant to be creatures like that.
we're meant to look at nature, right? Nature's not rushing around. Even looking at like little animals like squirrels and stuff that move fast, they stop. They savor their little acorns. They walk around and like we don't do that because now we've got, like you said, Amazon Prime. We've got the internet. We've got phones. Like, why isn't this person texting me back? I don't see the text bubbles. Are they responding? Like we don't know how, like, just pause. Like this is my piece of advice. If you take nothing from today, take a week to slow down and pause with everything. Slow down on the supplements, slow down on the wellness hacks, slow down on the activities, slow down on checking social media, on looking at your phone. Like, just pause. Learn how to pause and be present.
Oh yeah, yeah. I teach my students that we have a remote control in our mind in order to change the channel on our emotions, right? So you do have a remote control in your mind. Make sure that you hit that pause button and you just pause it. Like, yeah. And I know sometimes people say, oh, a week is too much. No, it's not. It's
It's
not. A
not.
week goes by so fast. I just came back from vacation, man. It went by so fast.
Hmm. And we're not saying
So,
literally sit on your couch for the next week. No, just like be aware, like be conscious of everything you're doing. And oh, am I overdoing this? Can I slow down? Am I overdoing this? Like people are always talking about healing. Well, I have to meditate. I have to, or physical healing. I got to take the supplements. I got to follow the protocol. I got to do this. And it's like, but slowing down and being present is one of the most healing things you can do for mind, body, and soul. Truly.
and especially if you're stuck in life, right? If there is an area of your life that you're stuck, I just saw the post today by Joe Dispenza, and he was saying something like, if you are stuck in life, so I'm paraphrasing. If you're stuck in your life in any area, the first step is to examine your thoughts, right? And that's how we always talk about is
Yep.
examining your thoughts, being aware of them, right? Self-awareness, and that's what I think it was the first module in our course, right?
Yeah.
The
Awareness.
self-awareness. And you cannot be self-aware unless you pause, unless you are still. And we don't want you like the tree, obviously, still like, but again, also don't confuse stillness with, like you said, being on the couch, eating chips and watching TV. That's not still, that's still consuming. It's
Mhm.
just that examine those thoughts, examine, don't even journal them, examine your surroundings. And I mean, if your life is perfect in all areas, by all means, don't pause. But
Yeah.
I
Probably
doubt that.
shouldn't be listening to us, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Maybe you
well,
should come teach.
maybe because they love us so much. But anyway, no one has their shit together and no one has their ducks in a row. And this also applies to business, Kira, and correct me if I'm wrong, but even in the world of business, and I see that in my field as well. Like I watch, sometimes TikTok videos of business owners who run their speech therapy businesses and they say how much they make. Let's say, I made this amount a month, the month of, March, whatever, which is great. But then I see, other people commenting and they're like, oh my gosh, tell me how to do that. And then they forget that each state is different, right? And in the state of
Mhm.
California, the cost of living is so high that, of course, we are charging the amount that we're charging. But in another state, you may be doing half of that what person is making in California, and it's still a lot for your state and for your cost of living. So I feel we're always pursuing, like, oh, she's doing this, I want to do that, he's doing this. And now everybody's teaching everybody how to make millions. And I mean, the millions are great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like sometimes we do feel less worthy if you're not making this amount of money in your business. And you're like, wait a minute, this person is making, this amount. Why am I not doing it? Right? So, which is good. Look within and look within yourself and examine your business, absolutely. But also, I don't know. I just feel sometimes I even look at the apps and like I don't want to even look at it. Like,
Yeah.
stop telling people how much you're making honestly a month, because sometimes you'll be making so much money a month that you have so many responsibilities that this is not even making a dent in your financial situation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You tell me how your view on that business related.
I mean, from business, but even from health, I was just thinking in general, like it's overconsumption, right? Like we're over consuming stuff, and this is the overdoing, but they feed each other. Like we see stuff on social media, somebody that's making a ton of money, somebody that says that they healed all of their illnesses, whatever, we can look at all those things. It's like, so now you feel like you've got to get to that because if that person has it, I should get it too. But we don't know the story. You know what I mean? We don't know all of the struggles that led up to that person earning $1 million. We don't know, all of the things that went on behind the scenes before they healed. I'm in doing that in quotes, healed themselves. We don't even know that this stuff is truly true. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
looking at stuff, I
Absolutely.
feel like it's a lot of fiction. Like, oh, okay, great. You're just cherry picking some
Yes.
aspects of your life to share with the public. And then the rest of us feel like we have to keep doing more and more and more and more to get to that place because that's where the happiness comes in. That's when I'm healed. And that's
But
not
you
true.
said it. We don't see the behind the scenes because that person who's making this amount of money or who healed all of
Mhm.
their illnesses or whatever, maybe their behind the scenes is 15 years in the works.
Exactly.
And we're coming in that first year, the second year, we're like, what is wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. It's just you don't know the full story. And no matter how
Mm.
much people are vulnerable and they are open and transparent, they still don't say everything in their story. Like you and I are very vulnerable and transparent, but not every single listener knows our exact
Mm.
story with the exact moment and the pains and the all the journey basically.
And that's what I was going to say. Like going to the business thing, you can look at someone that's like, oh my gosh, I'm earning 10 million a year. But behind the scenes, they've gone through burnout. They're so sick. They're dealing with chronic illness because they've overdone it. Or on the flip side, somebody that has the most amazing health, well, they spend $100,000 to learn how to do X, Y, Z. And you know what I mean? Like we just see pieces, but then we feel like we have to keep overdoing and doing
Yeah.
and doing and doing.
And I think it all ties in into the fear of not being enough, the fear of not measuring up. And this could be, it could be conditioning, it could be family traditions or family conditioning or upbringing. And it's time to really pause, like just use that imaginary remote control and just pause and have the conversation with yourself. And I feel you can only have that conversation with yourself when you are on the walk or when you are doing something that is very calming, such as a walk. It could
Hmm.
be, nature or being outside.
And it can even be coloring or things like that.
Yeah.
Like you could be scribbling, but you've got to have that conversation with yourself and that reflection, or like you said last week, looking in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Where are you overdoing it? How about your wellness routine? How about your relationships? How about your finances? How, like look at all of those and say, where do I need to hit the pause button? Where am I just doing too much and it's not serving me?
Yeah. Yeah, because life is too short for, I think, with all of the speed,
Yeah.
it's going by super fast. And, even my kids say that now. And
Mhm. That says
and
something.
my daughter's like, we just started freshman year. And I was like, I know, it's
Except it's
almost
almost
the end.
done.
It's almost the end of the year, you're gonna be a sophomore. So even the kids are saying that.
Mhm.
So life is going by so fast. So it's okay to slow down in order to just enjoy. Because I don't think anybody regretted pausing and enjoying. Like no one is saying, "Oh, I regret enjoying every moment."
Darn, I stopped social media for a week. That was rough. I, couldn't get on with my life.
Exactly. I want to say this quote by, I just remembered because I do get the Dynamic Catholic daily reflections. And this is from Matthew Kelly. I love Matthew Kelly. I mean, he's a great author. He doesn't just write about, Christianity and Catholicism, he writes about other things. So this one's called Resisting Happiness, his book. And the quote is from that book. And it says, the ability to delay gratification is intimately linked with success. You cannot succeed at anything unless you are willing and able to delay gratification. So this also ties in with the pausing. So you are going to succeed. Pausing is not going to limit your success. It is just going to teach you that to be grateful a little bit later, delayed gratification.
I like that. So pause. We're all overdoing crap in our lives. Every single one of us. Denise and I can find, I guarantee I can find areas where I'm like, oh yeah, overdoing it. So
Of course,
just reflect.
pause. That's all we have for you. Just pause. This is your action step.
Can we help them pause? Do you have a mantra today or some breathing?
I have breathing.
Let's do breathing.
Do you, what is the mantra that comes up to your mind right away?
It's safe for me to slow down.
Ooh, I
Just
love
came to
that.
me, girl. Just
I
came.
just love it. Look at us. Look at us. Today is a great day. That's what we start. That's how we started. We're like, today is a great day. It is safe for me to slow down. Absolutely. Alrighty. So again, if you're driving, please do not close your eyes. However, if you're not, make sure that you close your eyes. You put your hand over your heart. We're gonna do 4 4 4 like usual, 2 rounds, while saying it is safe for me to slow down. Okay, so we're gonna start. We're gonna inhale for 4 2 3 4. We're gonna pause for 4 3 2 1, and we're gonna exhale 4 3 2 1. It is safe for me to pause. One more round. Inhaling 1 2 3 4. Pause 3 2 1. Exhale 3 2 1. It is safe for me to pause or to slow down.
It's safe for both.
For both.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next episode.